G'day, Ben from Melbourne here. Today I'm going to enter a contest for Alex from his great channel Beer and Vinyl. No better combination in my opinion. He's celebrating a year on YouTube of making videos, and I'll read his little thing actually. To commemorate it, he's doing a contest. The winner will receive a $50 gift card from the retailer of their choice. Strange World Records, please. The deadline to enter is January 5th, 2025. Criteria is very simple. Make a video talking about your favorite year in music and show albums from that year. Best, favorite, sentimental, etc. Okay, so first of all, if you're not already a subscriber to Alex, pause this awesome video just for a moment. Actually, watch this video first, then go to Beer and Vinyl and subscribe to Alex's awesome channel. And why don't you jump in and make a video yourself of your favorite year? Now, I've seen a few of these, and to be honest, I was feeling a bit facetious and thinking I want to go against the grain here, because everyone's like, oh, there's certain years, there's like, 67, 77, 73 or 1 or whatever of, people say the ultimate year in music. And I'm just kind of like, every year is the best year in music, in my opinion. And I was being a smartass at first when I thought that. But actually, I think it's true. Every year throws up a ton of amazing music. And no, I think that rock's not dead. Whatever, it was better in the 60s, better in the 70s, all that bullshit. There's great music and it's been a huge influence on modern music, but there's always been great music and always been awesome people innovating. It's just that back in the 60s and 70s, a lot of the stuff that was mainstream was rewarded for being innovative by sales, and now it's the opposite. Like if you don't like stick to the program, so to speak, you're never going to make it. So there's a bazillion underground bands, independent labels, all doing it, all pushing the boundaries, all making great stuff. So my favorite year in music is this year, 2024. And of course, it's going to be all Australian picks. So after that massive preamble, which most people would have switched off by now, let's show some records from this year, which proves, I think, that this is the best year in music. How can you complain? The great S-Bahn return. You got to hold it the right way around too, or the record drops out. With their kind of comeback record, Love Songs, who would have thought that S-Bahn would be back? Another reason why 2024 is great. Fantastic, like fucking post-punk, punkish, punky punk stuff. I don't know. There's just only so many ways you can describe punk and what came afterwards that was influenced it. It was just a damn good record and good to see them back in action. And then we live in a time when we have the great Anti-Fade record label pumping out great stuff. Although I'm talking about Phil and the Tiles 7 inches, because this one's on another great Australian label called Legless. And this is Phil and the Tiles, just a banging record. Legless is just putting out some great stuff. One of my albums of the year last year, Split System, fantastic. If you love punk rock and you love that old school stuff, check out that record. But also check out this. Phil and the Tiles, this is a ripper. If you love your garage rock, the Drunk Mums are back with Beer Baby. Again on Legless, fantastic label. Just, they're probably kind of more garagey punk, not straight up punk sort of thing. And got cool hooks and catchy stuff. And speaking of the aforementioned Split System, this is the imaginatively titled Split System Volume 2, but that's the only spot where the imagination was running short, shall we say, because the record is a banger. It's a great follow-up to their debut, again on Legless, 2024. Amazing labels. Surprising one for me, Rick and the Sickos, garage punk, snotty, no budget rock, fucking punk shit. And even more surprising because it features a couple of members who were in the chat who I think are dog shit. But this is awesome. Now for a change of pace from the loud sounds into some, what I would call some great jangly indie pop with the Quivers and their album Oyster Carts. Fantastic album. This one actually good on them on Merge Records, so a bit more wider distribution. Great record. If you love a good hook, love your indie pop in, that jangly go-betweens kind of sound, you'll love the Quivers. How do I describe Program? But they're back, baby. This is on Anti-Fade, another great Australian label. It's a sign. This is like, that awesome post-punk sound where the singer just sounds bored off their head. That's Program, but bored in a great way. Great artwork too, hey? And one of my favorite name bands, the picked up two at once. The Carpal Tunnel Band. It's a great record. More stuff in that, you might be able to sense that I do like the post-punk and new wave sounds. Carpal Tunnel also have a bit of the krautrock repetition going on in there as well. Good record. How good's 2025? The Celebrities on Total Punk Records. Great American punk rock label. Great Australian band, The Celebrities. This is like punk rock with hooks and catchy as hell. Really, really good stuff if you love your old school punk. And in 2025, can it get any better? A new record by the Cavester. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds with Wild God. And it's a cracker too. I particularly like side 2. I think it really takes off. Good to see the old fella is still putting out really great, interesting music. I actually really like the last 4 or 5 records, which as an old school Bad Seeds fan, always took me a bit longer to get into those ones because it was a real change of direction, and eventually the penny would drop and it just makes sense. Like you just got to let go and trust some people who, well, not anyone, but the artist, because most of the time they're right, but some of the time they're wrong. And unexpected in 2025, but so welcome. The Dirty 3 dropped a new one. Amazing artwork. Check that out. It's got that cool gold foil thing called Love Changes Everything. And this was actually recorded in Preston at the great Head Gap Studios, where my band has recorded the Welcome to the 1980s EP, which is up on all of your platforms. Check it out, buy it, support us so we can pay for the next practice session. And we got more shit coming out next year. But anyway, this is about the Dirty 3. Warren Ellis, of course, who's these days mainly known as Nick Cave's main foil. If you don't know the Dirty 3, it's instrumental, violin, guitar, and drums provided by Mick Turner and Jim White. Jim White's name appears on many, many records from, Cat Power, Bill Callahan, and currently he's playing with the Mighty Hard Quartet with Stephen Malcolmus and Matt Sweeney. So yeah, killer company these guys keep, and ethereal, beautiful music, but also grab you by the throat as well, like terrifying in a good way. Dirty 3. And of course, it can't be another year go by without some Giz and Giz related. And an unexpected one, but a good thing, is Gum and Ambrose Kenny Smith. Ambrose, of course, vocalist, keyboardist, saxophonist, and many other things in King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard. Collaboration record called Ill Times. And this is pretty damn good off-kilter indie rock pop, I suppose. Whole lot of sounds going on in this. Really interesting record. It's a grower. I'm still living with it, but enjoying it. And of course, every year there's at least 1 to 30,000 King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard releases. And yeah, Flight B741 is the latest. That's a hell of a album cover there. Love that. This one's probably the Giz going back to their roots a little bit here. It's a more straightforward rock and roll record. At first I was kind of disappointed with this, but it's really grown on me since. So 2025, what more could you want? Albums also by Party Dozen. Chrome in Australia is another one worth checking out. Sax and drums, but it sounds like punk rock. Awesome. Anyway, 2025, that's next year, 2024. Maybe 2025 will be my favorite year in music, but we'll see. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to check out Alex at Beer and Vinyl.